Now, this might be a little important video regarding precious metals. This is one of those things that you just... This is what we call fundamentals. This is some fundamentals here. Now, first of all, you can see through my shirt like a ghost. Because, for whatever reason, even though this is white, my green screen and all that, just doesn't care. And thinks it's like partially green or something and goes through me. So if you want to call me Ghost Boy, that's okay. You can call me Ghost Boy. Ghost Face Killer. Now, listen. On to the important news. Now, we've heard first Hugo Chavez, right, getting his gold back. Indian people suing their government, suing their central bank to prove where's our gold and how much do we have and where is it. Same thing happened in Mexico. I reported on that a few days ago. I reported on that originally a few months ago when it first broke. Or more like last year, technically. Not even months ago, more like a year ago. So, he won the lawsuit. You got to tell the people where their gold's at. Oh, well, we only have 5% here on Mexican soil. The other 95% is at the Fed. Where every other country's gold is. Well, I've got another country you can add, and it's going to keep stacking as country after country after country is going to start saying, man, I think we need to do the same thing too. Now, the funny, laughable part was Germany was the last one. Hey, we need to get our gold back. But we're willing to take it back at 50 tons per year starting in 2013. So 2013, 50 tons. 2014, 50 tons. 2015, 50 tons. It's going to take them 3 years to get back a measly 150 tons of gold that they brought over and it's sitting in our vaults. It seems like a pretty easy transaction to put it back and give it to them. No. So here's another one. Netherlands Citizens Group demands central bank reveal location of country's gold reserves. What? Who thought of such a preposterous thing? What the hell's going on? The Federal Reserve is going to be sweating bullets soon. The bankers are going to be sweating bullets if they're not already. He says from Silver Doctors, first Venezuela, then Germany, and now the Netherlands. They want their gold back. In the wake of this week's ruling by the German Federal Accountability Office, and you can add Mexico's lawsuit that went through, technically, that Germany must repatriate and audit 150 tons of gold reserves from the New York Fed over the next 3 years, a Netherlands Citizens Committee has filed a petition demanding the central bank release information on the quantity and storage location of the Netherlands' physical gold and on the extent and nature of the gold claims. In other words, one of the petitioners, Tom Lassing, said, the last years have seen a loss of trust in the financial system, and we have been fooled a lot. End quote. So he says, just let the central banks like DNB show the gold is really there. Don't tell us it's over in New York. Bring it back and show us. Should the Citizens Committee be successful, we at Silver Doctors are confident they will discover the vast majority of the country's gold reserves, which happens to be the 10th largest in the world. And they are probably, most likely, as we all know, held in the basement of the New York Fed. And maybe a little bit over at our friend's house, which is London. And, you know, I know there's a hurricane out there, like right now, about to slam New York. Wouldn't it be just hilarious if somehow where the gold was being stored by the New York Fed, oh my God, it's underwater now. We had to evacuate it, and something happened to the shipments, and it got stolen or lost, or something happened. I don't think they're quite that stupid, but they're just gonna throw that out there for a little. Not a full bonus, but I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna say that's about a quarter bonus, about 25% worth of bonus. You know, so. Should the Citizens Committee be successful, they are confident that that majority of their gold reserves is 10th largest, of course, held in the basement of the Fed. As we stated several days ago, the jig is up now. The German Accountability Office will trigger an avalanche of gold audits, delivery, and repatriation requests around the Western world. We wish the Fed luck, staying ahead of the cascading avalanche of requests to convert unallocated or rehypothecated, it's gone, gold into solid physical gold and bring it back to where it belongs. Good luck with that. They're going to need it. If something like this is really going to happen and they don't have the gold, you're going to start seeing, Ben Bernanke's going to probably be first in line to say, you know what, I said I don't know if I want to, when my term's up in 2014 as Federal Reserve Chairman, I'm going to go ahead and retire. It's 2013 now, or maybe it's still 2012 when this happens, who knows. I'm going to go ahead and retire early. Yeah, just had some thoughts, family, little health problems or something I just noticed. Noticed last night somehow, so I'm going to go ahead and retire a little early. When you start to see people retire, remember, they're not going to jail. They're not going to be arrested. Don't fall for the mass arrest crap. It's not going to happen. But when you start to see retiring early, or I'm stepping down, and it starts to seem like a little pattern going on, something big is going to be happening. So, along with that, that's only positive for precious metals prices. Is another story. High-grade silver mine production. Where is that thing? Good, leave it. High-grade silver mine produces a staggering 24 ounce per ton of silver, yet it records a net income loss. Now, to give you an idea, again, this is from Silver Doctors. They do real good work over here on this website. It is Alexco Resources Belancino project, and it's Canada's only primary silver mine producing silver at over 800 grams a ton, or basically 24 ounces per ton, which is twice the ore grade of the top 2 silver mines in the world. So what they have over there in this Canadian deal is a phenomenal amount of silver per ton. It's not normal. It's twice as good ore grade as the top 2 silver mines in the world. And they just recorded a net loss of $2.6 million. How do you have the cream of the crop, better than anywhere in the world, mining some entity, or not entity, but mining an ore, in this case silver, and you record a loss, an income loss? What that tells me is that today's prices of silver, even though when I've mentioned recently that they say, on average worldwide, it can't really go below $15 an ounce and stay there, because the miners would go bankrupt at that point. So it can't. Even if they crash it, it's short-lived. It goes back up. What this is telling me is that 30, 32, 35, whatever dollars silver ain't good enough. Not good enough, because they just recorded a loss. And this mine, again, is the cream of the crop. Okay, get this dog out of here and shut the door. All I hear is with him fixated on this damn tennis ball. Get out that ball. Get that ball. Get that ball. Silver. It's kind of like me on one of these things. I'll be right in the middle of the video, Just right in the middle of the video. Just, you put a thing of silver in front of my face, that's it. I'm lost, like a deer in the headlights. Like my dog, Petey. I'm up trying to do a video, I was like, here. Petey, I know what you feel like, because I do the same for silver. You want the tennis ball, I want the silver. So, now he's scratching back at the door because he wants back in. No. This is J Snip 4 time. So, we have more countries sooner than, or more rapidly, I should say, starting to jump on the bandwagon of where's our gold, who has it, how much do we have, and we need to have it back here for an audit, a full audit, and we're going to be drilling into the bars if they're smart. Some of them have already said that. That's one thing. Not even counting the amount that China and all these other countries are massively buying on a daily basis, monthly basis, breaking records of purchases of precious metals. Forget that. That's a double bonus, but forget that. This, we have more countries wanting to see their gold. Where's our gold? And they're going to have to provide that gold. But as I said, and I've always stuck by this, that gold that these countries think that they have, what do you think Wall Street, the COMEX, the LBMA, the metal exchanges, what gold and silver do you think they've been using as a pool? When you see the SLV numbers and they've got thousands of tons of silver and gold, whose pile of gold and silver do you think it is? It's the world's pile. And they all, whoever have a paper instrument to offer to sell on Wall Street, all of them use the same pool. So it's not just the SLV or the GLD, paper, silver, and gold. It's not going to be some other entity out there. It's going to be everybody using that same thing. That's another reason the prices will ultimately break to sky-high prices. And again, that's just another double bonus later. I don't even really need to cover that here. I only want to cover these two stories. A, countries are demanding their money back, their gold back, and that's going to cause a problem on the deliveries of Wall Street. I'm telling you now. It's going to cause problems for them to deliver gold and silver on Wall Street. Or, excuse me, I say Wall Street. The COMEX, technically. You know, you could look at that as like a branch of Wall Street, basically. But that's how it starts, right? And it's starting. So that's one thing. And then the other thing, a great mining company that has the best ore in the world as far as ratio of how much, how much ore or how much silver you have per ton, right? Just kind of like these gold shows. You see all these gold shows on TV? Now they've got jungle gold. Guys are over in Ghana, Africa, trying to mine. You got Alaskan Gold Rush. You've got now Bering Sea Gold. Everyone's into gold all of a sudden. Isn't that amazing? This old relic that is worthless, that the Federal Reserve Chairman himself, Ben Bernanke, said is just tradition, that they stack it, don't mess with it, it's not money. Ron Paul asked him, is that money? No, not money. Yeah, tell that to people over in Ghana. Ghana, not guano, that's bat dung. Ghana, Africa. It's a country in Africa. So, there's two reasons that gold and silver prices may be undervalued. Forget even the gold, but silver could be pretty undervalued if the top mine, at least as far, again, per ore grade here, made a loss. And it's, it's almost like having just an incredible luck. They're the best luck in the world. I mean, it's the best. There's nobody pulling 24 ounces per ton. Nobody can do that except these guys. The next two best people are twice as bad as that. So they're pulling about 12 ounces a ton. And this guy is making a lot, showing a loss on their quarterly or whatever this is. I don't know if it says quarterly or yearly, whatever it is. Second quarter of 2012. So what does that mean? What if they go out of business? What if another mine goes out of business? That's all really good for precious metals prices, plain and simple. What if they don't go out of business, but they realize we can't sell it for the current market price? Then they're going to have to sell it for more. But see, that kind of presents a problem. Because these mining companies, they don't actually, is this how messed up this world we live in is, but, get this. They don't actually tell anybody, this is what we're going to give you, or this is what we require to pull this silver out of the ground. Do we have a deal? Yes or no? This is what we want per ounce out of the ground. They also use Wall Street or the COMEX, daily prices. Whatever the daily prices is, that's what they're getting. They pull all that ore out of the ground, they melt it down, whatever they do, they ship it off. Maybe they don't even melt it. They might, some of them do, some of them probably just send it raw ore and have it done for them. Doesn't matter. They're going to see, well, what's Wall Street? What's the price on Wall Street today? That's all it is. So if Wall Street continues to be Wall Street and rig the markets, keeping precious metals prices down, especially silver, forget gold, silver being slammed, then they're going to start having companies go bankrupt. And if you're the elite and you need those companies to not go bankrupt because you got to have them around, because if they go away, then silver starts going away, and then we have a supply and demand issue. Even though Wall Street claims it has, all these billions of ounces of silver, doesn't even exist. It's all paper. So then that would get blown up in their face, and then those standing left with real silver, you'd have something so valuable, it'll make your head spin. And I just think of the day, this is like a little over $600 right now, $630, $640, whatever, somewhere around there. For 20. And these happen to be Silver Eagles, so they're a little more premium than just a regular old 1 ounce coin, but whatever. It's only $1.50 more than a regular coin. Can you imagine 20 of these things that I just, paid a little over, let's just call it $600. $600 for. Them suckers go for $600 a piece. That's $12,000. It'll be a $600 purchase today at $12,000. $6,000 purchase sometime in the future, and it's not too distant future. And maybe I'm off. Maybe it's only going to be $300, so this will turn into $6,000 instead of $600. And I got quite a few of those little stacks. I've been buying for the last several years, off and on, off and on. So I'm not upside down in silver. As a matter of fact, if it was like a retirement portfolio you were looking at right now, you would be like, wow, you're doing phenomenally well. What the hell have you been investing in over the last few years? I want in on it. If I had like a little paper chart to show you and didn't tell you what it was, and then I actually showed you, oh, it's not stocks, none of that crap. It's physical silver. Here, hold one of them. What? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. Here it is. Yeah, but the price was 50 last year and they knocked it down and it hasn't gone back up since. Exactly. They're giving you a bonus opportunity to buy. It's going to be limited because it's not going to last too much longer. They're going to be forced, by consent or by force, one way or the other, to allow the prices to rise. And seeing the amount of pressure that they've been putting on silver this year, especially this, after the midway point even of this year, as the Webbot predicted, they're going to slam everything they've got at silver to keep the prices down. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink, was I think what they said, to keep the prices down. As I've been reporting, the COT reports have been showing massive, massive short positions have to be continuously taken out by these bankers to keep the prices down. And they keep losing over and over again. But again, when you're given free money to do a job, it doesn't matter. It's not like you're taking a hit. Oh, man, we just got a loss over here. We got major losses on our silver trading division. Can't have a loss when you're getting given money by the Federal Reserve for free. And currently it's $40 billion a month that they're giving Wall Street now, the banks. Federal Reserve said so, a few weeks ago, to buy back distressed mortgages. Yeah, okay. $40 billion minimum a month. You know where that money's going. Silver derivatives. That's where it's going. And it's taking more and more and more and more money to move the price down a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Didn't used to be that way, and I've already explained this recently. If you're not into gold and silver, you're crazy. And I hope that they destroy the market one last time. $9 silver. So all of the shills can come back to my channel. You idiot, you idiot. Meanwhile, I'm standing there saying, everybody, buy, 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 buy. Go get a credit card. Go get a loan. Get everything you can to secure some silver today, right now. In the face of all the shills. Because it'll be the last time they pull a move like that. And then you can sit back and ride the wave to the top. I've already done this several times. I bought at 13, I bought at 10, etc. They slammed it from $21 down to 10. I bought in back then, been buying the whole way up. I don't care. Even if I missed the $10 move, or when it was $10, and I was in at 20. It's up $30. That's 50% profit. That's pretty damn good for an investment, for God's sakes. That's very good. But I've done better than that, actually, because I was in at 10. 10, 12, 13, 15, 18, all the way up. I'm even in at a little bit over like $43. I think I'm in at 25 ounces at $43 and or 20 ounces. No, I'll take it back, 25 ounces at 43 and like 50 ounces and somewhere in the mid-30s, 35 or something like that. I'm still cost averaged down below that well. So even if you're not, maybe you got in at 40 and you've been sitting here, man, I've been waiting a whole year now, man, damn. Still in up to the 40s, man. I wish I didn't do that. Oh, trust me. You're going to wish you did and did some more. And you should be buying now. If you're in at 40 and you've had, recently, a couple months ago, down in the mid to high 20s, now we're back at 35, 33, 32 now recently, you should be buying. So that's all I got for you. This is positive, period. You can't make this up. This isn't data that I just pulled out of my rear end to make you feel good. This is happening. This is real. This is what we call fundamentals. This is a fundamental thing that affects something else. And when there's fundamentals over here in this hand, it's going to affect this hand. And they're fighting tooth and nail to make these fundamentals seem useless and they don't work. Because this isn't really moving. And it should be. It's like a magnet, but this one isn't actually responding. That's because they're fighting tooth and nail to make it that way. It's not going to last. Don't worry. Continue buying and you'll be very happy.